I... It is...
Once you are you're
My efforts... I've come too far to stop now. I could... There is room...
no pray I'm
Each milestone informs the next.
Could you perhaps enlighten me on something? Of course! Professor!
It pains me that I must ask you this, but
Let's get this...
We have succeeded handily.
Practice makes perfect, and all that.
Intuition's all I need. But this'll... Welcome! Is that... Thanks a bunch! Is that... Thanks a bunch! Is that... Thanks a bunch! Is that the one? Thanks a bunch! Come back!
What's my strategy?
Put me in there. Hope you're ready. Attack at your own risk. I'll cut a bloody path. Her will demands it.
I do this for all of us.
Guess I've got you!
A little scratch won't stop me. Seems like fighting's all I do these days.
A fine display.
Sunshine. I assume a stray arrow finished it.
For the Empire.
Understood.
I'm awake.
I will prevail.
More fighting.
With all of my might! My heart burns with pride.
Not bad. Slow! Squirm for me!
Okay, I'm gonna do it! Still here.
You're all going down.
Imagine being defeated by me.
For the fate of Foden.
Witness frigid pride.
Maybe it's better this way.
I must continue to develop.
I'm not going down! Might makes right.
The only possible outcome.
You're all going down.
It won't be in vain. Wow. Amazing! Here's my strategy.
Sally forth!
Your death serves my purpose.
Put me in there. Hope you're ready. Big win!
That shall do nicely.
Understood. So, this...
For the Empire. I do this for all of us.
I will prevail.
I'll cut a bloody path. I'm awake.
More fighting. This could turn the tides.
We've got this. I have a plan.
We'll be home again soon. It's time.
I'll take all...
Let's keep up the pace. I must outwit even death.
It's life or death. I'm not going down! You know?
We shall take any opening.
More fighting.
I'm awake. Put me in there. Fine. How about this?
Understood.
Sally forth! There is no shame in falling before me. I cannot...
Put me in there. Have your head! Attack at your own risk. I'm awake.
Another victory. There is still room for improvement. What's my strategy?
You're all going down.
Child. Inconsequential.
I'll cut a bloody path. A waste of time to...
More fighting. I do this for all of us. Okay, I'm gonna do it! Still here.
Witness my power! Persevere.
My.
We needn't stand on ceremony. You may call for me whenever you like. You have my gratitude. I'm not overly sensitive, you know. Yes. Not at all. Oh? Not at all. Good. I could grow accustomed to this, and that wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it?
An excellent out.
I suppose this will serve me well.
I've really gotten the hang of this.
Can't say I'm surprised.
I've come too
Well done, Professor. Thank you.
appreciate it.
Ah, the smell, the texture, the smooth finish. This region's tea is the finest in the world.
Hello, Ferdinand. You seem to be in a good mood.
What is that supposed to mean? Perhaps you expected me to hold a grudge against you after our duel. In fact, I have moved on.
Have you now? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
I took it hard at the time, I will confess. I always thought that I equaled you in skill, or even surpassed you. But you showed me that I do not come close to matching your talents. Yet a true noble does not give up in the face of defeat. I will continue my training, and one day I will be an elite warrior. That is the path I must take, as a noble and a man of honor.
You really are in a good mood. Your determination is admirable.
Yes, one day I will surpass your abilities, and I will defeat you in combat.
Ferdinand, there's something I've been meaning to say to you for a while now. Honestly, I couldn't care less that you are of noble birth. Your fierce determination doesn't come from your bloodline. It's your own doing. The reason I value you and want to be friends with you is because of who you are, not who your family is.
I have something I would like to say to you, too. Certainly we must recognize the common folk who strive for greatness and attain it. But for those of us born into nobility, things are more complicated. From birth, nobles must excel. If we do not, we will be forced out of our houses. This environment breeds superior individuals, and they in turn recreate the rigorous environment for their own children. Without that cycle, there would be no political elite guiding the world towards prosperity.
So you're saying that the kind of world I'm striving to create is wrong?
I would not go so far as to say your way is wrong, just that another way might be better. If you insist upon undoing the nobility, then we must build something in its place. We can provide free education for all, and then select the highest performing students for more intensive training and tutoring. I truly believe that people are products of their environment.
Finding a way to educate the people. Interesting. I'm impressed by how much thought you've given this. No matter what shape the world takes, I'm sure I'll always need people like you by my side. People with strong principles who will argue with me and force me to consider ideas that are contrary to my own.
Yes, exactly! Finally, Edelgard, you appreciate how important I am to your cause.
I've always thought of you as a valued friend, Ferdinand. That's nothing new.
Edelgard, I have to tell you something. I think now is the right time. Do you know what my ancestor Derek von Eyre said after your ancestor defeated him? He said, "You are an imperial beauty. Please, accept me as your husband."
Halt, Ferdinand. There's a time and a place for everything. But that time is not now. Here again, I see.
Of course, Your Majesty. I couldn't investigate this place freely when those of the church were around.
Understandably. Now, about my proposal to create an institution for Creston Relic research. I've decided to move forward with it. As for who will lead the charge...
You want me to be in charge of the thing after all, don't you?
Actually, no. I was just considering some conditions for whoever applies for the job.
Conditions? What kind of conditions?
To start, I won't allow the position to be a secondary one. That excludes lords who are busy looking after their own territories.
Are you suggesting landholding lords would have no means of applying?
Quite the opposite. I'm looking for applicants with enough passion for the job that they're willing to relinquish any landholding rights they possess. They will be provided with necessities like food, clothing, and housing, but will receive no further compensation. That said, they will be free to take as much time off as they desire.
Do you expect anyone to be interested in such an odd position?
That's my hope.
Have you gone mad? Demanding someone rescind their land rights and then provide no compensation? Even the unlimited time off is a rather discourteous perk to offer. No one would accept room, board, and endless time to research. No one but me. Why must you...
Why must I what?
Why must you understand me so well? I asked you to consider the feelings of those below you. I never expected you to consider mine to this extent.
I told you I'd figure out a way to make use of your talents that you'd find acceptable.
Honestly, no woman has ever gone through this much trouble for me before.
Then have you decided?
Yes, I have. I would be most pleased to accept your offer, Your Majesty.
Edelgard, do you have a minute?
You want to speak with me? How unusual. Please, come in. I'll prepare some tea for us. Have a seat. Would you care for some cake?
Yes, please. I never say no to sweets.
They're from Enbar. A bit too sweet for my own liking.
Isn't that the whole point of cake? Well, more for me. These are fantastic with this tea.
True. Well, there's no shortage of them. Help yourself to as many as you like. Now then, you wish to speak with me?
So, I can tell you know a fair bit about me.
Maybe this can wait until you've finished eating?
Edelgard, you know a fair bit about me, don't you?
What in particular?
For example, the fact that I have 2 crests.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
No need to play coy with me. It won't work. It's clear my body has succumbed to the intense pressure of bearing 2 crests. Due to the immense requirements of bearing these crests, my life expectancy is painfully short. You know all of this, right?
Actually, this is the first I'm hearing of it. How would I know unless you told me?
Still won't drop the act, huh? Despite how obvious you've been with your concern about my health, you're certainly consistent. I'm not really in the mood for these games. Given your rank, you certainly have access to all kinds of information that others do not. Clearly, you'd have heard all about me.
Either way, I know now since you just told me. About your 2 crests, your physical weakness, and your short life expectancy. However, according to the principles of crest research, it's impossible to bear 2 crests. Unless you've undergone a blood reconstruction surgery. Is that the case, Lysithea?
Correct. It wasn't as though I had a say in any of this.
I see. So you've lived through that relentless terror and agony, and survived.
You speak of all of this as though you understand it on a personal level. Edelgard, have you?
You're a good friend, Lysithea, and a valuable member of this army. So I won't have you overexerting yourself. I don't want to lose you. Understand?
I understand.
Good girl. Oh, and if you like those cakes, why not take some with you for later?
There's no need to pander to me, but yes, I'll take those. Thanks.
It's strange. I never thought you and I would be able to sit together and drink tea like this.
Drink tea, you say? But that does not smell like tea. The aroma. Would that be coffee by any chance? Imported from Dagda, I believe. I do not care for it myself.
Your knowledge is impressive. Although I should expect nothing less from a noble, I suppose. Lady Edelgard surpasses you in nearly every respect. But I think when it comes to positivity, you may actually exceed her.
Excuse me?
In a way, it is merely a mask for your tactlessness. But even so, your relentless optimism, well, suffice it to say that it is your best quality.
What?
You are constantly striving to grow as a person, to seek new knowledge, to push new limits. When others might get distracted or abandon their path, you never yield. In that aspect, at least, I think you are unmatched.
Hubert, are you all right? Do you have a cold? Or the plague? Am I hearing a deathbed confession?
It was only a compliment. There's no need for such dramatic exaggeration.
Dramatic, you say?
I do my best to analyze others without emotion. Even if I find you to be a contemptible degenerate, I can still evaluate your abilities in an impartial way.
So, because you assess people without emotion, you are totally confident in your appraisals. It seems I was wrong about you.
You actually understand.
Please, do not compliment me again, though. I find it quite unsettling. It is like hearing a snake sing an aria. At least put it in a letter next time.
In the very unlikely event that there is a next time, I promise to put it in writing.
You there!
Is there something I can do for you, Constance?
Is there something you can do? Of course there is!
Well, what is it?
It ought to be plain.
I do not follow. Please, clarify what you mean.
Have you forgotten the day I revealed to you my silly little dream? If you weren't paying attention, I shall be cross.
Oh, yes. You must be referring to the oblique request you made concerning peaks and valleys. Not seeing a peak ahead of you, you hoped I might help lift you out of your lowly
Precisely! You've summed it up completely. Now that you know of what I speak, I want you to forget it immediately. Act as if you heard nothing.
You want me to forget the occasion you just asked me to remember. I see. Before I discard this memory entirely, might I be so bold as to ask why?
Is it not obvious? I don't want my weakness bandied about. I vowed to restore House Nouvelle through my own grand achievement. Just as I would not abandon this dream, I would not accept it being handed to me. Though if I am to be quite honest, the real reason is that letting you in on this vulnerability was an indiscretion I won't repeat.
I see. What a curious situation.
I don't take your meaning.
5 years ago, with the cladding of my highborn status stripped away, I was vulnerable and exposed. To borrow your words, I was in a valley, and a thick shroud of fog obscured the peak before me. Now, the cloud has lifted a bit, and I can see a glimpse of what lies ahead.
And what, dare I ask, do you see?
There is a towering cliff for you to scale, and a long, rocky path lying ahead of me. Rather than ascending separately, we can join hands and face these obstacles together. Then, we can reach the heights of our forebears. Or, dare I say, even higher.
Even higher, you say? Now you remind me once more of the boy I knew. I have but one concern.
And what might that be?
That I shall outpace your laggardly efforts.
Huh? I was being sincere, you know.
I must thank you, Emile.
Why?
You came to my aid in that recent skirmish. I loathe being in anyone's debt, so I brought you something as thanks. How it warms my heart to see you taking my advice about learning to work with others.
I do not recall.
You don't recall working with others? Or you don't recall coming to my aid?
My memories from battle are always a blur. The creature that you saw is me, and is not me.
That sounds perfectly meaningless. And yet, I may know exactly what you mean. That aside, this should serve to balance the scales between us. Here.
This...
It's the same variety of flower you would give to me. Those many years ago, I found it at a florist in town. Though I suppose your memory of those days isn't as sharp as mine.
I remember this. I gave you a rose when Count Nouvelle brought you along on his visit to House Bartels. I used to tend to the roses with Mercedes and Mother in the garden.
So you do remember. The garden of House Bartels did tend to make an impression.
Mother and Mercedes were always so blissful when they spent time there.
You picked a rose and gave it to me, like the knights in the stories. Your story took a tragic turn. Time has had its way with you.
I thought the same upon seeing you.
Your sympathy is noted. Of the two of us, only I could be said to have aged gracefully.
That is not what I meant. We cannot go back in time. That was my meaning.
Do not be so hasty. Anything lost can be regained. The garden may be gone now, but that will change once I have rebuilt House Nouvelle. You'll see when you walk into the grand rose garden I shall have planted in the center of the estate. You'll come and see it, won't you, Emile?
You believe you are capable of that?
With you assisting me, it is practically guaranteed.
Is it now?
Some will undoubtedly take forceful issue with the restoration. That's where you come in. What a privilege I am granting you to play a part in the return of my noble house. A smile spreading across your face? Now that is a rare blossom indeed.
Only when in the company of a select few.
There's still more to learn.
Perseverance is the key.
Mastery is within my grasp.
An excellent outcome.
Guess all that time wasn't wasted.
Impressed yet?
Can't say I'm surprised.
Welcome.
Is that... Thanks a bunch.
Come back soon.
I will prevail.
With all of my might, my heart burns with pride. For Bridget, I find strength to carry. For the Empire.
What's my strategy?
I do this for all of us. Okay, I'm gonna... Little scratch won't stop me. Only the strong...
No time for accolades.
Understood.
More fighting.
To survive, I fight for justice's name.
You're a shining example.
Sunshine.
Only I shall know how you died here.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Saw it coming. Put me in there.
I'm awake.
Slow! Your life ends! Foolish.
No use. Fire meets water. My heart burns with pride. Forgive my intrusion.
It is...
You can't stop me. The only possible outcome. I will...
Follow Her Majesty's example.
Fate turns against you. They were sure to perish.
Big win!
One step closer to victory. It won't be in vain. I'll be home again soon.
Let's keep up the pace. I must outwit even death.
I'm not going down! Might makes right.
Imagine being defeated by me.
I desire greater strength.
Come back.
For the Empire. What's my strategy? Now's our chance.
Sally forth!
We'll cover you.
We shall take any opening!
Understood.
Put me in there. I'll cut a bloody path. We will burn together!
I do this for all of us.
Sorry, but this is war!
Still here.
I will prevail.
More fighting.
I'm awake.
I can help too!
Need backup?
This better work.
Every limit crumbles before me. With all of my might, you are in my way.
Not for myself, for everyone. Hard work is a friend to count on.
Not bad.
for death. Shall I help?
Let's shake things up.
Attack at your own risk.
Amazing!
Back.
I aspire.
I'll help as well. I've got it!
Seems like fighting's all I do these days.
You're all going down.